Hey all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we're going to be talking about that bringer of destruction, the job that rains fire, ice, lightning, unaspected damage on your foes, and is somewhat immobile, but once you know the fight, you can really introduce them to burning for their crimes, or in some cases, freezing or shocking for their crimes. And that, of course, is the Black Mage. Now before we get into it, if you like me, or you like the content I produce, go on and click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything the channel does. Outside of that, on screen right now, you will see a list of patrons. These wonderful people have faith in a small creator like myself, so thank you. It's my goal to be a part of your Final Fantasy / MMORPG diet, and these people seem to like me. Without further ado, let's get started. When it comes to raining destruction and ultimately making your enemies regret the fact that they entered a random encounter with you, there is no superior job than the Black Mage in the Final Fantasy lore. Whether it be Meteor, Flare, the vaunted Ultima, Fire 3, Fire 4, anything and everything they can do to make your enemies be like, wow, I shouldn't have gotten out of bed today. Well, that's the Black Mage. So the fact that the Black Mage isn't getting significant overhaul speaks to the current state of the job. It's a well-balanced damage dealer that packs a huge punch and contains a degree of complexity, all while remaining fun. Now, that could be in quotes for fun. If you play badly, the Black Mage is, well, not fun so much as a slog to get through because you're wondering why you're being stabbed while wearing nightgowns while you're trying to cast off your Blizzard 3. And you're like, but it's 3, it should do more damage. Like, no, you actually gotta weave the rotation there. So you can't, it's not a direct translation from standard Final Fantasy to MMO Final Fantasy. So again, keep that in mind. If you've never played the Black Mage, that is something you should keep in mind. However, Black Mage players will want to take a note of a few changes coming their way. With Enochian becoming a passive trait, you'll have one less action to juggle, and let me just say, we're gonna put anything that reduces complexity, or I should say needless complexity, is worth enjoying. So let's just take a moment to enjoy that. Alright, now that we've enjoyed that, you'll have one less action to juggle, while still reaping the benefits that come with it. Enochian activates when under Astral Fire and or Umbral Ice, still boosts your damage as you level up, and grants 1 count of Polyglot if you can maintain it for 30 seconds. Convenient. Another, and I like, again, all passive. So you've got enough to worry about with your rotation. The Black Mage rotation is fairly complex if you're trying to maximize that DPS, in addition to knowing the mechanics and when to execute certain things. So the fact that some of those maintenance buffs have been relegated to automatic is a very nice quality of life improvement. Now, some players may say, oh, but Nim, it lowers the skill ceiling of the class. Yeah, I guess, in the way that, you know, using a bucket instead of tweezers to move rocks lowers the skill ceiling of moving rocks. That you're still moving the rocks. Another change at lower levels is that Enhanced Freeze trait unlocks at level 58 instead of 68, and makes Freeze grant 3 Umbral Hearts. There is a slight potency reduction for Foul and Xenoglossy, but they function just the same. Okay, well, I love the Umbral Hearts. I have some limited experience playing the Black Mage. I recently gained Umbral Hearts. I love those things. Build up 3, and then it's like, fire, fire, fire. Hey, look, we're going to transpose. Boom. Okay, we're in Umbral Ice, and let's build it up. Hey, bad. There we go. Give me 3 more Umbral Hearts. Transpose again, and we're back just burning you for your crimes. And it's great. What crimes, you may ask? Unspecified crimes. Obviously, if I'm fighting you in a dungeon, you're probably with the Garlean Empire and you're part of a militaristic dictatorship trying to conquer all of Eorzea. Or maybe we're in Novarant in the first and you're like, but I'm an Ascian. Yes, I know. And burn! So, that'll be said. Blizzard Mage. Black Mages get a new perk at level 80 with Enhanced Foul, which turns Foul into an instant cast spell once it's ready. At level 82, Fire 2 and Blizzard 2 evolve into stronger versions called High Fire, granting Enhanced Flare 2, and High Blizzard. At level 84, Mana Font's cooldown gets reduced to 120 seconds. Hey, that's good stuff. I like that. At level 86, Enochian improves to a 20% damage buff. All right, that's pretty good. At this level, you also get Amplifier, a 120-second cooldown ability, which gives you 1 free count of Polyglot. At level 88, Sharp Cast becomes a 2-charge action. Yes, so Sharp Cast, for those who don't know, Sharp Cast allows you to, your next spell that has a secondary effect will automatically trigger. So Scathe will trigger Firestarter, Thundercloud. Very good. So that means Thundercloud gives you all of the damage over time effect in one burst for your Thunder spells and refreshes the duration. Firestarter gives you a free Fire 3, and it's instant cast, which I love. Lastly, reaching level 90, as Black Mage unlocks a new potential attack spell called Paradox. It is granted after swapping Astral Fire to the opposite element, or by swapping Umbral Ice 3, while having 3 Umbral Hearts to the opposite element. You'll get different perks depending on which element you switch to and from. If you end up on Astral Fire, you will refresh its timer, and you get Firestarter's 40% chance for a free instant cast Fire 3. If you get Umbral Ice, it also refreshes its timer, and it makes casting Paradox MP free. Ooh, we like MP free spells, because ultimately, how efficient I am with my MP is going to determine how much damage I can do as a Black Mage. Because, as for those who don't know the traditional Black Mage mechanic, fire, as you get stacks of Astral Fire, you do more fire damage, but your spells cost a lot more, and you can make yourself go out of MP very quickly. On the flip side, Umbral Ice does a little less damage, but it has massive MP regeneration. It transposes the tool to switch between the two. In general, without having to, because if you don't use transpose, and you're in, let's say, Astral Fire, you cast a Blizzard spell, boom, then you're neutral, then cast another Blizzard spell, and now you're finally regaining mana, and that's a massive DPS loss. Anybody who doesn't know that, I just want to let you know. Because again, you may not, this may be your first time really being exposed to what a Black Mage can do. And I have a friend, Larry, whose main's a Black Mage, and he was helping me last night, like, hey, Nim, do this, do this, do this. I was like, oh, okay, and it got better, because I'm used to playing as Paladin. Black Mage, very different. Now, let's look at the Black Mage action and traits. So we have High Fire. It deals fire damage with a potency of 100 to target and all enemies nearby it. So cool, no damage fall off. It grants Astral Fire 3 and removes Umbral Ice. A duration is 15 seconds, and it grants Enhanced Flare, duration of 30 seconds, maximum charges of 2. We have High Blizzard. Deals ice damage with potency of 100 to target and all enemies nearby. Grants Umbral Ice 3 and removes Astral Fire. Duration is 15 seconds. And again, you can see that countdown on your indicator. The Black Mage one is often memed as being overly complex, but at the rate that you get new indicators, provided you don't use a jump potion, you'll have no problem keeping track of it. Amplifier grants Polyglot, can be executed while under the effect, or can only be executed while under the effect of Astral Fire or Umbral Ice. Paradox deals unaspected damage with a potency of 510, so it's not the most. I'm going to say it's not the most, I'm blown away by that potency. But of course, the Astral Fire bonuses refreshes the duration of Astral Fire and 40% chance to grant Firestarter. Firestarter effect, of course, next Fire 3 will require no cast time and cost no MP. The duration is 30 seconds. Okay, so that's not terrible. And then, of course, we have the Umbral Ice bonus. Requires no MP to cast and refreshes the duration of Umbral Ice. Can only be executed while under the effect of Paradox. So, while I'm not a fan of that potency, I wish it was a little higher. It is what it is. It can't be assigned to the hotbar, though, so that means it's going to it's going to overwrite something. Now, of course, we have Enochian. Increases damage dealt by 5% while under the effect of Astral Fire or Umbral Ice. Okay. Enhanced Freeze. It grants 3 Umbral Hearts upon casting Freeze. And I'm going to be honest, I don't use Freeze all that often. Generally Blizzard. But I level through dungeons and through, right now, the Moogle Tombstone event, so the Moogle Tombstone event is just, it's designed to be burned down. Or in this case, froze or shot down. We have Enhanced Foul. Allows for the immediate casting of Foul. Nice, we like that. Aspect Mastery upgrades Fire 2 and Blizzard 2 to High Fire 2 and High Blizzard 2. Get that at level 82. Enhanced Mana Font reduces Mana Font's recast time to 120 seconds. Enhanced Enochian 3 improves Enochian's magic damage to increase to 20%. So, boom. I still have the 5% because I'm only level 60. Then, of course, we have Enhanced Sharpcast. Allows the accumulation of charges from consecutive uses of Sharpcast. And, of course, Aspect Mastery 5. Adds Paradox marker to your elemental gauge. The marker is made active for you reaching Astral Fire 3, then swapping to the opposite element. Conversely, the marker can also be made to activate upon reaching Umbral Ice 3 and gaining 3 Umbral Hearts, then swapping to the opposite element. So, based on that, there's an extra cast in there. You have to get the 3. You can't. So you just have to reach Astral Fire 3, or you have to reach Umbral Ice 3 and get 3 hearts. And that might be due to the fact that if you can, sorry, second here. That might be due to the fact that Astral Fire has incredibly bad MP regeneration, where Umbral Ice has amazing MP regeneration, so they add the extra GCD in there to balance it out. Anyways, so that was the Black Mage. What do you guys think? You gonna be playing the Black Mage in Endwalker? You gonna be burning your enemies, freezing your enemies, and ultimately be shocking to everyone who opposes you? Oh. Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video or you like what I do here, go on and click subscribe and hit that notification bell. And you'll stay up to date with everything the channel does. In addition, I'm told to plug this more often, I stream on Twitch. That's right. I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you can usually find me in the Final Fantasy XIV arena, or maybe you might find me on some other MMOs and the odd indie game from time to time, but I tend to focus on Final Fantasy XIV. If you'd like to talk to me on a more personal basis, you can. There's a link to my Discord down below. You can also follow me on Twitter at Nimicry. That's Nimicry. Finally, if you want to support the channel in a more personal way, there is the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Nimicry. Feel free to join that and get exclusive perks and access to various things. That being said, if you're still watching this, thank you for being here. I appreciate it a great deal. And may the mount you're farming drop on the first kill.